The MCU's Loki is a legendary god with frost giant genes and exceptional magical powers, yet his most powerful weapon is his charm and chaotic personality. Loki's strength never comes close to Thor's, much less the physical might of other Asgardians like his father Odin or his grandfather Bor. Instead, it's his talent for magic and illusions that makes him such a formidable opponent. I'm Greg Elliott with Screen Rant, and let's take a look at just how powerful Loki is throughout the MCU.
What am I?
You're my son.
What more than that?
The first Thor film revealed why Loki is regarded as a god even though he isn't a biological Asgardian. He's trained in hand-to-hand combat and refined his magic to the point that he's able to fight alongside Thor, Sif, and the Warriors 3, but to gain the upper hand against stronger adversaries, he uses weapons like the Casket of Ancient Winters to freeze Heimdall, and also uses Odin's spear to fight Thor and kill his biological father. But his most effective tool is always his magic, which he uses to do things like summon copies of himself or cheat death.
Sir, please put down the spear.
Loki gets the scepter from an unseen Thanos in the Avengers, and with the Mind Stone inside it, he can control minds and shoot powerful blasts of energy capable of taking down the Avengers' Quinjet. He seems to have gotten stronger, faster, and more combat-ready too, as he fares better in his rematch against Thor on top of Stark Tower, is able to overpower Captain America, and even catches one of Hawkeye's arrows without even looking. Bullets don't seem to affect him either, and although Hulk gives him quite the beating, he comes out of it with only a few scratches.
Puny god.
Back in Asgard, Loki receives a life sentence for his crimes on Earth by Odin, but his luck changes when Thor offers him freedom in exchange for his help fighting Malekith. Loki's magic becomes vital to the fate of Asgard, using it to trick the Dark Elf leader, but also to fake his own death once again. When Thor returns after finally beating Malekith, Loki's magic skills are only matched by his ambition for the throne, and he's used his death to his advantage to replace Odin as the King of the Nine Realms.
It's all right, hold on. I'm sorry, I tried to rule Earth.
They'd be lucky to have you.
Sorry about that time I turned you into a frog.
It was a wonderful joke.
It was indeed hilarious.
Loki manages to fool everybody in the Nine Realms for no less than 4 years, but even his magic has its limits, and it turns out even the trickster god is no match for the Sorcerer Supreme. But he does get to at least show off some fancy fighting skills when he goes toe-to-toe with Valkyrie and slays Hela's army of the undead using only a couple of daggers and his helmet as weapons.
We don't have the Tesseract. It was destroyed on Asgard. You really are the worst, brother.
Loki's ambition is both his biggest weakness and his biggest strength. That's the reason why he cheats death multiple times in the MCU, but also why he can't stop bringing trouble everywhere he goes. And Norse gods are mortal too, and unfortunately for him, neither Loki's trickery nor his agility are any match for the Mad Titan. Even after his real death in Infinity War, Loki simply can't stop showing back up. His escape with the Tesseract in Endgame was the shortest of his appearances in the MCU, but it might also be his most important, as it sets up the upcoming Loki series on Disney+, which will show just how powerful he can become in an adventure of his own, and maybe even discover some abilities he never knew he had. So while considering Loki the strongest character in the Marvel Cinematic Universe would clearly be inaccurate, he's undeniably the most resilient one, and sometimes that can make a character far more powerful. We'll keep you posted on anything we learn about the new Loki show, so keep coming back to Screen Rant to stay up to speed. I'm Greg Elliott, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.